new, like a new tradition where we start with giving shout outs at the beginning of each call. This is something I think it's going to be hard because I think we're trying to just pick like one person each. Kim, Andy, and I will each pick one person to just kind of give a special shout out to, and it's hard when so many of you guys are amazing. But Kim, did you hit record? Should we include the shout outs? Yeah,
you're good. Yeah.
But Andy, do you want to start with your shout out today?
Sure. Like Britt was saying, I think all of you are doing amazing, and just showing up to these calls just really shows that you want to help a lot of people and that you're a huge part of the team. So if I don't say your name, I'll probably say it next week. But today I want to shout out Emily because she has been working so hard. She did our new coach mentorship 2 months ago, and she's been putting everything into play, and she helped somebody this week and signed them up with a To Be Mindset challenge pack. I'm just so proud of her. We're sticking with it and really zeroing in on her target market, which is other teachers, and using Instagram as her platform, and continuing over there. So major props to Emily. I just saw you hopped off the call. But I'm proud of you, girl.
Like bashful. She's like, I'm embarrassed. I'm done. Kim, do you want to go next?
Sure, I'll go next. I can't promise what's gonna happen. Dinner's not great for this house. Avery, can you put another one on, please, so he stops yelling at us? Okay, so I want to give Megan a shout out because her posts have been on point.
Yes, they have been.
And I love all your funny memes that you add. They're just hysterical, and I feel like they are perfect. And I love that, it's like the first month you're in 80-day obsession, so you can't really, it's hard to promote a group when you're like in it, right? But at the same time, you want to like do the thing. So I love that you're just jumping in and promoting To Be Mindset. I think that's huge. I think we can all attest to the success that it is. And I think that the earlier, like I love that you guys have this option right out of the gate, because I feel like it's so good to have in your back pocket, and to just be comfortable with it is the best thing you can do. And just to jump in and get your feet wet is also the best thing you can do. So, well done.
Thank you. Yes, you're amazing. And I want to give a special shout out to Anna, who's been kind of my partner in crime the last couple months with our co-leading our challenge groups. And I think it's just really special when you like run a group with someone and you just feel like you're so excited for everyone in your group to like get to like interact with your coach, right? Like your co-coach. And I just love that she's been working crazy hours. Like I see she's checking in and commenting on everyone's posts after midnight. Like she's flying back and forth everywhere because she's long distance with her husband, working multiple jobs. And I don't know how you do it all, Anna, but I'm so thankful that you do. And I'm so thankful that we get to do it together. So that's my special shout out today. And we are going to start doing this at the beginning of each team call, just because we do feel like there's such value in doing the shout outs and encouraging people. And so if your name wasn't called this week, that doesn't mean that we don't value you or that you're not doing an amazing job. It just means that we're only going to be shouting out one person a week. So hop on next week. It's like the lotto to see if you win. So for tonight's call, I'm really excited. I'm really excited to share with you guys about the idea and the power of using free groups to really grow your business, to really how you can strategically use them to not only fill your challenge groups, but overcome some of your biggest fears about coaching and about inviting. And then also how then through inviting to your challenge groups, you can strategically use free groups to not only hit Success Club, but then also to continue to sign coaches month after month. And so when you're thinking about free groups, I want you to get in the mindset of this is something you can do to add so much value to people's lives, and you're not even asking them to pay. for anything. And so as we go forward into this call, I'm going to be talking to you about like what is a free group, why you should run one, how you should run one, when you should run one, and then like what the group should actually be. So I'm going to be going over just all things free group. Kim and Andy will jump in at the end to share just anything added. We have already talked about what I'll be sharing tonight, so they're not any strangers to what the free groups are. And then also, if you guys have any questions, just make sure to write them down because we want to make sure to answer all of them. And I will also at the end be sharing with you guys 2 months, like a timeline for the next 2 months for August and September of how, like when you should be running your free group, your prep week, your paid challenge group, and when we will be running our coach sneak peeks, and when we will be starting our new coach boot camp. So I will create a graphic for that so that you guys can save it. But that's something that at the end of this, you're going to have this takeaway of if you want to, or you can choose to do, pick your own dates and whatever. But just this flow for like the next 2 months. And I think you'll kind of get the hang of it and start to be able to schedule your own. So in terms of what is a free group, it's exactly what it sounds like. This is something that you are literally creating or using a template for to just add value to people's lives. When you're thinking about what is it and what content you're going to be sharing, it can be anything. It can be something fitness related that's only about fitness and nutrition. It can be something based on a book. It can be about decluttering. It can be about I know one thing that Andy was talking about is that she did one before the beginning of the school year last year, where she did it based on the book, The Miracle Morning. So anything that you feel passionate about, that you feel like you can help people with, do the free group about it. It's just basically a 5-day, 14-day, you can do 30 days. What I'm going to be talking to you tonight is the idea of a 1-week group, whether it's 5 days or 7 days. But you can, however you feel like this fits into your life and into your business goals, you can do. And so in terms of why you should run one, I think it really sets up your whole month. I think that it's an easy way to invite people in to see what you do without actually having to invite them into a paid group up front. I know that especially if you're a new coach or if you're just jumping back into it, or maybe you've been doing this for a while and you still just don't feel comfortable reaching out to people with inviting them into a paid group where you're inviting them to pay you to do something, that can be a little bit difficult in terms of your mindset. But if you're inviting them into a free group, I mean, think about how easy it is would be for you to invite just spam everyone because it's for free. And this is something that you're doing to add value to their lives. Now, in terms of how to actually run one, I think it works best if you find a buddy. You can do this by yourself, but it's so much fun to kind of have like a hype friend, someone who you're going to be doing this with, who will also be pouring into the group so that your challengers, one, you'll get a bigger group if you're co-leading with someone else. Two, it's always fun to have a buddy who's also commenting on everyone's posts because you're really treating your free groups the same way that you would a challenge group, because you're really trying to get people to understand the value of our online accountability groups, the value that you will add into their lives as their coach. And so you have to treat the free group the same way that you do the paid group. And some of the best things that you can do in there is not only have several posts a day, at least one in the morning and one in the afternoon, same way that we do in our challenge groups, but to go live in there every day. You're going to want to run these on Facebook as opposed to running them in the My Challenge Tracker app. Again, this is all just my personal opinion. You can do these however you want. But the reason why I think it's more valuable to run them in Facebook is because I think that it can feel like if you're inviting someone into a free group, but then you make them like download the My Challenge Tracker app and then everything's Beachbody branded and then it even prompts them to add their Shakeology and they're not drinking Shakeology, I think it just gets weird. I think it feels like you're tricking them even though you're not. You're just trying to get them to see the app that you love. But on Facebook, it's really easy because you can just blast that link everywhere. People can just add themselves into the group. You can do live videos, which they can start to see you and feel you and hear your heart, even if you don't feel like you're super comfortable with live videos. People love to see you and hear you. also in your another way in terms of how to run these free groups, we have a lot of templates. I know that Kim and I have templates. I'm sure Andy has templates in her team page as well. So it's not necessarily that you have to randomly recreate the wheel, though you can if you want to just start getting practice in creating images and all of that stuff. But really, in terms of like how to do this, it's you pick some dates, you find a buddy, and you start sharing with people and letting them know that you are opening this group. And you don't necessarily need to give people weeks and weeks notice like you want to for your challenge group, because it's a free group. So you can give them 5 days notice, a week notice, just let people add themselves in. And just because it's not something that you need to be like spending a lot of your social media real estate, like talking about a free group, you want to save that for some of the other stuff. But then people can just get a sense of what you're doing. And also, I think it gives people a sense of your heart, that you're doing this for free, because it just shows them that this isn't just something you're doing to make money. This is something that you're doing because you love it. This is something you're doing because you really feel like you have a passion for empowering women. And this is something you're doing because you really feel like these groups have the power to change people's lives. And people can get a sense of that if you're running the free groups and the experience that they have in your free group. Now, in terms of when to do it, I'm going to share these dates out loud, but it's going to get a little confusing. So again, I will create a graphic for you. But so if we're looking at next month, if we're looking at August, and then I'll also go into September, here are my recommendations. If you want to run a 5 or 7 day free group, here are the dates that I'm going to give you. I think you should run your free group from July 30th to August 5th. Then your prep week for your paid group should be August 13th through 19th. I'm going to give you the dates for August, and then I will go back and explain the thought process and why these dates. So the prep week would be August 13th through 19th. Your paid group would start August 20th. Our next coach sneak peek would be August 28th. Kim and Andy, I didn't run that date by you, but what I did was I figured that we could use Tuesday night for once a month for the coach sneak peek, since it's a night that we already have committed to meeting together, that once a month, that would just be our coach sneak peek. So that may change depending, but we're just going to call that for now. Coach sneak peek would be Tuesday, August 28th. And then our new coach bootcamp would start September 3rd. And then also that same thing, your next free group should run September 3rd through 9th. And then again, and then I'll just create a graphic with the rest of those dates. But you'll see that it just one flows into the other. The free group flows into the prep week, flows into the paid group, flows into the coach sneak peek, to then when our new coach bootcamp starts. So when you're thinking about, okay, this free group, July 30th through August 5th, and then you'll see the prep week is August 13th through 19th. My thought process here is that people get out of your free group, they finish your free group on Sunday, August 5th. That then gives you like a week and a half to get them to commit to your paid group. If they did it a week and a half later, that means it would be like on the Wednesday of your prep week, but still it gives you time to not only invite each person who was in your paid group to find out more about the paid group. Everyone who is in your free group, you can invite them like, hey, I loved having you in this group. If you feel like you loved this accountability, if you loved, just being a part of this community, I host online groups, and we kind of have like templates for this that we can share wording and stuff for this. But I want to invite you to learn more about my paid group. And then at the same time, we're kind of hosting next week, we're going to be talking about the info groups that we host. But then you can invite them into the info group, which would also fit into this category or into our schedule. But then it just flows into the paid group, because then it gives you time to have the conversations. They've already seen the value of it. It also helps with just what you're promoting on your social media, because now you always know, like you have one thing going on at a time. Like you're not overlapping. And then when you have your paid group that starts August 20th and then our coach sneak peek is August 28th, that means that everyone who now has started your paid group has been in there for like a week, and you can start identifying who are those rock stars, who are the people who are standing out. Invite them to our coach sneak peek. And then after the coach sneak peek, you have a week to talk to them about coaching before then the new coach boot camp starts. So then essentially someone could start in your free group at the beginning of the month, and then by the end of the month, sign up to be a coach on your team and then start in our new coach boot camp. And so I know that was kind of a lot of information. One more thing that I just want to like make sure that I emphasize before I pass it off to Kim or Andy and we open it up to questions is just this idea that when you're running your free groups, I want to encourage you and challenge you to pour your heart into that group. Because I'm telling you, you're going to have a different sense of confidence in terms of inviting into that and then inviting into your paid group if you feel like you gave your customer, your friends, the people in your free group, the best possible experience. If you feel like your free group is going to rock because you set the tone and it's going to, because you're pouring your heart into it, because you're creating almost this like week-long party of celebration of people's fitness, of celebrating them, of doing the shout outs, bringing your own personality into it, creating this space for people to be in your tribe for 5 to 7 days. It's just going to give you a different level of confidence. And then people are going to see what you have to offer. And so it's going to give you also another level of confidence when you're inviting them into the paid group because you know that you killed it. You know that you gave them your heart. You know that you encouraged them and empowered them. And it's just going to be something that's going to give you this extra sense of confidence. And then, yeah, so that's just, those were the couple bullet points that I had written down to share with you guys. Kim or Andy, did you guys want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I was just going to tap or say it's what's nice and what's worked well for me is like you in the very beginning, anytime I run a free group, oh, thank you, sweetie. Anytime you're running a free group, just uno momento.
It's fine. Yeah.
So what I was going to add was Brittany kind of touched on a little bit with my Miracle Morning group. In fact, I'm planning to do that again. So when you're thinking about groups, I am not creative. So if any of you are like me and you're sitting back going, whoa, I don't like this because I have no idea what I would even run a free group on, and this is paralyzing me, just snap out of it and take action, because that's just my motto this year. Because if you let the fear and let the whatever sink in of feeling overwhelmed, you won't do anything. Think of something that's interesting to you that makes sense for you and your audience, and then it's not hard. So that's the example that Britt gave. I just had a baby, so I'm not practicing my Miracle Morning, but I know as a coach and as a mom, it is so life-giving to get up before my children and do my workout first thing and do my power hour, and then I feel free in my whole day. So I like to run a Miracle Morning group. It just makes sense. So whatever that is for you, it doesn't have to be, I'm just going to use Kim and Brittany as an example. Every time I look at their templates, I'm like, gosh, can they just sprinkle that creativity on me? Can they have like a lotion I can rub on? Because I'm terrible at that. But that's okay, because what I'm finding is people who follow me and are in my groups, they're like me and they're not creative either. So I don't think they care. So just find what works for you. And I don't think Brittany said this. I had to put my daughter down really quick, so I didn't hear. If you did, I'm sorry. But we have so many templates already that are fitness-based, that are clean eating-based, that are personal development based, that are themed around the holidays. We have so many already at your fingertips. So don't feel like you have to come up with a week full of content before you can even run a group. Ask us, say, I'm interested in this. Do you guys have a template I can look at and tweak and make my own? And the answer will be yes. Okay.
What I was trying to tell you before we had to have a lesson in respect is don't help me. Is what I love most about free groups is I feel like it brings out a collection of people that you don't know. Like it's a chance to like totally expand your network. And like you always talk about, how do I get into like my cold network or my warm network? This is that opportunity. Like, for example, if I run a free group, I'll run it as an ad so I can get a whole new plethora of people, because those are people then that are going to like my page, that are going to end up following me, that I'll end up being friends with, because you have to be friends with them in order to invite them into the Facebook group. As well as I think it's a great opportunity to, if you do run your business on a fitness page or Instagram, to throw it on your personal page, because you're not in any way advertising. So there's no like, you're just inviting them to join you. And so it's kind of a way to bring other people out of the woodwork, which I really love. And then the last thing I was going to say is it's a great chance or opportunity to, like right out of the gate, like, hey, listen, as you're getting into this page, like I want to welcome you here, blah, blah, blah. By inviting 3 friends, you'll get put into a raffle where I'm going to send you my favorite unicorn magic, you know, and you send them some Energize or, you know, whatever. You send them something and they now, okay, relax. Thank you. Where you send them something free in the mail, and now you're like really breaking down that like Facebook, you know, are we friends or are we just Facebook friends? Because you're sending them like personalized mail, and I just think it's awesome. Something that's working well for me, this one, I'm doing a 30-day fitness challenge, and every 7 days I'm doing whoever has completed all 7 days gets a prize. And I've been going live every 10 days with questions that they want to know. So like this past one, we talked about meal planning and someone wanted to know about list making. So that's what I talked about. And it's just a great opportunity to really showcase who you are and like what you're all about. I know Brittany said that, but like your personality will shine so bright, you know. I have no words. But you know, you get to be you. I would say for your first fitness challenge, I would definitely say a fitness one. I don't know if you said that, Brett. I missed the beginning.
Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't make any recommendations.
Only because I think it's like, especially if you're just starting unless you're already into your business, but if this is like your first free group you're running, make it about fitness. Make it about, you know, whether it's just, you know, you're doing planks where you're holding, you know, 5 seconds one day, 10 seconds the next day, and you can find them all on Pinterest. There's, you know, whatever. But I think that works really well because then you're showing that you can be respected as a fitness professional, even though really all you're teaching them is how to plank. So make sure you yourself know how to plank. Just gonna go ahead and throw that out there first time.
You think it's common sense, but we've been in some groups.
I mean, yeah. I tell you, sometimes I scroll Instagram. I'm like, form's wrong. Coach, what are you doing? You hurt yourself when your form's wrong. Anyway, but that's my 2 cents. Give away free stuff. That's like when you know, you got a book laying around, give it out. Just give it away. Like you might have to put a little money in, but it'll help you so much in the long run. So.
And to Kim's point, you'll see in our templates that we do have that, like, hey, add 3 friends, comment, like tag them right here. You'll be entered into a drawing. So if you go into your Beachbody account and you buy the individual packets of Energize, 1, you're going to get PB for that. 2, you get to write it off on your taxes at the end of the year. And then 3, that is something that's really cool because 1, like Kim said, yes, that's perfect. Oh, look, she's like Vanna White, isn't she? She's just the cutest. And, and so then you're sending them one of our performance line supplements along with a personalized note. And I'm telling you, they're going to try Energize and they're going to like want to kick some butt. And so, now they've tried something, right? And so it kind of breaks down that barrier too of like, I don't really know anything about what these products are or anything like that. And it really is just an opportunity, like Kim said, for you to just, start presenting yourself to your friends as someone who is like a fitness professional, you know? So, do you guys have any questions for us? Of course, you can continue asking them, but based on, I know we kind of shared just like a lot, but do you guys have any questions about free groups?
Can you guys speak a little bit to like when you choose to run longer groups, why you do that and how you fit them into your paid, or kind of fit that into your schedule with your paid groups too?
Yeah, Kim, do you want to share that? Because I know you're the one that has the 30-day. I typically stick to the 1 week or 2 weeks, just depending.
I think that, you know, if you run a 30-day group and you have people who stick with the full 30 days, number one, what you're offering them, I think, is true. You're showing them that they're capable of something that is, you okay? has longevity, has you're showing them that they can do hard things. So when you're like, why don't you join me for this 21-day group, or this if you want to step your fitness up a level, why don't you join me for this? I feel like they have the self-belief. Plus I feel like 30 days is really, you're really getting to know that group. Now you have to, I will say that keeping a free group going for 30 days can be a challenge. Like you're going to have to fight to like keep the participation up, and making sure that they're, maybe halfway through the group, you say, hey, why don't you ask 3 friends to join you for the remainder of the 15 days? And, you'll be entered into a drawing. And at the end of the day, people are totally fueled by free stuff. Maybe you even make it even crazy, and you just like, hey, I'll give you $30 off a challenge pack, just keeping them engaged to show them that you're in it for the long haul and you don't quit, I think is a great thing as a coach in general. People, this is a total side note, but people are basically just waiting for you to quit, which is why consistency is so crucial in this business. They want you to fail so they can say, see, she failed too. She didn't stick with it. She said she would and she didn't. That is the number one thing people are waiting for you to do. They would rather you fail so that they have an excuse why they don't do blank, 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 blank. So I feel like it's just a great opportunity to show people that.
Yeah. And I think too, you can think of, it depends on like whatever your business goals are, like if you are, doing this full time, or you are trying to do this full time, or trying to make a certain amount of money, you might have like different lengths of groups. You might have multiple groups in the same month. I think some of this too is just making sure that you are structuring your month in a way, and choosing what you're doing, your business activities in a way that, one, is not going to be overwhelming to you, and 2, that enables you to stick this for the long run too. Oh, hi, giraffe friend. Because the reality is like we have so many different options for you, and you can do groups every week if you want to. You can do paid groups every week if you want to, but ultimately, you don't have to compare your business to what anyone else is doing. You just have to sit back and think, okay, what are my goals? What am I trying to accomplish? And what do I need to do so that I can accomplish those goals? So maybe for you, it is a 30-day group. Maybe for you, it's a 5-day group to give people just this sneak peek. So whatever it is, I think ultimately it just comes down to you and like what you're feeling and what your personality type is like, and what, it just goes. And Kim and I have done different groups. Like we did one that was based on, it was like 21 days, and it was based on this book about like 21 days to love your spouse. Or significant other. And so then that was a 21-day group, because the book was 21. It was like 21 different ways to do that. So, it just, I think, depends too on like what your group is, your business goals, what works for you. But that was a good question.
Thank you.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any questions? No? Okay. So if you guys have them, if you think of them later, make sure to let us know. And I think here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a dates graphic with some of the dates that I talked about, with dates for July and for August. For August and September. I'm literally looking at my notes and it says September, and I still just, it's fine. This is all fine. Everything's fine. For August and September. And on that, I'm going to decide either on that graphic or on a different one. Maybe I'll do an all call for free groups. And if anyone wants to follow these dates and host a free group, and you're looking for a buddy to do that with, you can comment on there and we can start grouping people together. And what I also like about this timeline that we created for you guys is that it gives you like a week and a half before your group would actually start. So it gives you time to figure out, okay, like who am I going to do this with? What is this group going to be? Like, let's look through some of the templates and check this out. Pick which one we want to do, get our Facebook group started. So you can start to kind of like brainstorm. And then if you feel like you want that extra accountability because you've never done this before, let us know, and we can be like in a Vox group with you, like, and we can walk you through it, and we can be participants in your group. Like, you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to feel like you don't even know where to begin. We want to help you. And then you're going to go through this month and you're going to feel like, wow, like I can do this. And then potentially the person who you co-lead your free group with, maybe you get along with really well and you want to lead the paid group with them. So we definitely dig into this resource and this opportunity, but and just let us know if you want to actually be part of a free group and lead a free group, and we'll start matching people up.
And I'd say too, to piggyback onto that, going forward, beyond these dates that we thought of for you guys, if you come up with an idea and you want to run a group and you want somebody to do it with you, just post in the team page and say, hey, I want to start this group on such and such date. Who wants to do it with me? And that way you're not going at it by yourself, because I do think it's way more fun doing this with other people, and it helps with the participation in these groups when there's two-ish or more coaches who are showing up every day. It gives the people who are new, who have no idea what we're doing, like, oh, okay, I can write in here. So
yeah. And what I will also include, I hope this doesn't get too confusing, but what I'm also going to try to include in, just in case you really want the full breakdown, is based on these dates, like what you can be promoting and when. Because once your free group starts, you can just start talking about the paid group on your social media. You know what I mean? And so just kind of like thinking about like your flow for that too. I'll decide if that's too confusing or not, because you might just be able to look at the dates and figure it out. But I know sometimes it's just really easy sometimes it can be easier to just tell me the date to start talking about what, and then I can start talking about it, your first couple months. So we'll figure out the easiest, clearest way to share this information with you. But I'll get started on this graphic so that I can post it tonight in our team pages. And I think we can wrap up if there's no other questions. We don't have to take up the full hour.
The only thing I was going to add is, because we are July 17th, and I know a lot of Lift 4 has already started, and maybe you're wondering, and this has nothing to do with free groups, but maybe you're wondering, what I need to hit Success Club. What do I invite to? Like, what am I doing? And so I just want to, once I post this recording in all the different groups, post if you need help and you need something to invite to. So I was just talking to Brittany today. I'm going to run her Beauty and the Beach group. But if you need another one, I have like Pineapple Strong, which is really cute. I have other groups that you can, what I'm thinking is I'm going to have prep week start next week for Beauty and the Beach. So you could be inviting to that if you feel like you miss the boat. I just want to make sure that there's something that that you can invite to. And it will only be 21 days so that it lines up with our August schedule. But just don't feel like, okay, Lift 4 started, 2B started, I have nothing, like I don't know what to do. This group will be like a Mod Podge of coaches, just putting in a lot of people who are kind of the floaters of like, they still drink Shakeology and they want the challenge group tracker, but they didn't want to do Lift 4. I just want to make sure that you don't feel like, shoot, I missed July. We didn't miss July. We still have 13 days left and you still have lots to invite to. Like, so when I post this video, like Megan, if you can post like, hey, I'm running a 2B group starting on this day. And, I know you were in our informational group for 2B, so make sure you pull all that content. There's great stuff in there. We've done it now 3 months in a row, and then the prep week's in there. So all the content's there, and then I can add you as a coach to one of the 2Bs that we've run, so that in your challenge group tracker, you can literally just copy and paste, and it makes it so simple. And we can go over how to do that, because I feel like that always just like, wait, what? It's really simple.
Yeah. I can make a little video recording of how to schedule from the post library, just because I watched someone through that with pictures last night, and I was like, why didn't I just record this?
Well, and I feel like you're really great at making, like Brittany's really great at taking the time to put the template down. That's just not something I've ever been great at, but I will add you to anything I've ever done, and you can just pull the template for yourself. And I basically, it's just not, we
just operate different. Yeah. And I'm the same. I will add you to anything I've ever done too. It's just, yeah.
Because the cool part about my challenge group tracker, and this is another little side note, and then we got to go because I got to take these monkeys for a walk, is any group you ever run in there is in there for life. So like Brittany and I have run, you know, we have like 2 years now worth of challenge groups in there. So anything you ever need, like we should take screenshots one of these days and be like,
yeah, we should, because we just share all of them with each
yeah,
other.
and do you want, all you have to say is like, oh, I'd love to run that
red, white, and blue.
red, white, and blue. And then we add,
yeah,
the Princess Strong. And then all we do is add you as a coach and you have all of that content, which is really bad. So, okay, that's all I got.
No, that's great.
Great. Do you guys want to take a, oh, we'll stop recording and then we'll take a picture.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, you guys, I would like to say while Kim is getting good lighting for the picture, I was trying to box her earlier and she gave me such a hard time because I was so out of breath. And she was like, can I sell you a fitness program? You're so out of breath.
I don't know why to talk, but
I was like, you're out of breath. And then I had my backpack and I was running to the bus and I missed the bus and I was like, you know, it was a lot. It was a lot.
All right, well, I'm going to hit stop recording. For those that are watching recorded, we missed your face, but we love you anyway. Okay, bye.